Hello, everyone. Welcome to Empowerment in Illness. I am your host, Gwen, and today we're continuing our series, Living with Autoimmune Diseases and Chronic Illness, with our fourth episode, The Role of Caregivers. This is an overlooked yet vital topic. If you're living with a chronic illness or autoimmune disease, or if you're walking alongside someone on their health journey, this episode will resonate with you. Caregivers play a pivotal role in the lives of those they care for, and often their own experiences, challenges, and emotions go unnoticed. Today, we'll explore different types of caregivers, the challenges they face, how to nurture healthy relationships between caregivers and those receiving care, and how we can all do better in supporting caregivers. I've always felt incredibly blessed to have such remarkable caregivers in my life, my family. From the moment I was diagnosed with lupus and later breast cancer, they have been my unwavering support system. My family rallied around me with love, patience, and strength, and I will never take them for granted. Their constant presence has been my anchor through the most challenging times. Beyond my family, I've had the privilege of receiving care from compassionate nurses, dedicated doctors, and skilled technicians who made me feel safe, valued, and seen. Their professionalism combined with genuine kindness created an environment where I could focus on healing without fear. Throughout my journey, I've also met incredible friends who have become part of my circle of caregivers. Their understanding, encouragement, and emotional support have been invaluable. I truly don't know what I would have done without the people I've encountered on this path. These experiences have shaped my purpose and inspired me deeply. My goal is to be a caregiver to others, offering the same compassion, support, and strength that I have been fortunate to receive. Caregiving is a profound act of love, and it's a role I hold close to my heart. When we think of caregivers, many of us picture a nurse or professional aide, but caregiving extends far beyond that. Here are some key types of caregivers. Family caregivers, parents, spouses, siblings, children, family members who provide unpaid care. Family caregivers often juggle their own lives, careers, and personal health while dedicating time to support their loved ones. They are the emotional anchor, providing comfort, companionship, and a sense of security. Friend caregivers, close friends stepping into a caregiving role, often juggling emotional ties with responsibility. Friends can offer unique support as they bring companionship, emotional resilience, and fresh perspectives, often bridging gaps when family isn't available. Professional caregivers, nurses, home health aides, and personal care attendants. These caregivers are trained to handle medical and daily care tasks with professionalism and compassion. They often become like extended family members, forming bonds with those they care for. Community caregivers, volunteers, support group leaders, or church members offering help. They may not be involved daily, but provide invaluable support through meal delivery, transportation, or emotional guidance, enhancing the quality of life for both caregiver and care recipients. Long-distance caregivers, managing care from afar, coordinating medical appointments, finances, and emotional support remotely. Despite the distance, their role is crucial as they ensure consistent care through planning, communication, and sometimes emergency support. Each caregiver group comes with unique dynamics and challenges, but the common thread is the selfless act of showing up for someone who needs them. Caregiving can be rewarding, but it's also deeply challenging. Let's talk about the common struggles caregivers face. Emotional burnout, constant stress, worry, and emotional exhaustion from managing someone else's needs, often neglecting their own mental health. This could lead to depression, anxiety, and compassion fatigue. Physical strain, managing tasks like lifting, moving, or assisting with personal care can take a physical toll, leading to chronic pain or injuries. Caregivers often overlook their physical health until it's too late. Financial stress. Unpaid caregivers often face financial hardships, reducing work hours or quitting jobs. The cost of medical supplies, transportation, and the time off work adds up, creating economic strain. Isolation. Feeling disconnected from friends, social activities, or even other family members. Caregivers may withdraw due to time constraints, leaving them feeling lonely and unsupported. Guilt. Caregivers may feel guilty when they need time for themselves or feel they aren't doing enough. This guilt can prevent them from seeking help or taking necessary breaks, leading to burnout. Recognizing these challenges is the first step in finding ways to support caregivers better. Caregivers are human too, and acknowledging their struggles allow them to seek support without shame. The dynamic between a caregiver and the person receiving care can be complex. Here are key aspects to consider. Healthy communication. Open, honest conversations about needs, boundaries, and feelings. It's essential to create a safe space where both parties feel heard and respected. Respect for independence. Encouraging autonomy where possible so the person receiving care retains a sense of control. Small decisions like choosing meals or clothing can make a big difference in maintaining dignity. Navigating role reversals, especially when adult children care for parents or spouses become caregivers. This shift can create emotional tension as both parties adjust to new roles, requiring patience and understanding. Conflict resolution. Addressing frustration constructively rather than letting resentment build. Conflict is natural, but resolving issues with empathy and active listening can strengthen the relationship. Gratitude and recognition. Small acts of appreciation can go a long way in strengthening the bond. Simple gestures like a heartfelt thank you or a note of appreciation remind caregivers their efforts are valued. This relationship thrives on empathy, patience, and mutual respect. Caregivers and care recipients are partners on this journey, and nurturing that partnership is key to a healthy dynamic. Caregivers often put themselves last, but they need support too. Here are ways we can support caregivers. Respite care, short-term relief options to give caregivers a break. This can include professional in-home care, adult day programs, or temporary stay at care facilities, allowing caregivers time to recharge. Support groups, both in-person and online communities, offer emotional support and shared experiences. Connecting with others who understand the caregiving journey provides a sense of community and reduces feeling of isolation. Professional help. Counseling or therapy can be beneficial for managing stress. Therapists can help caregivers process emotions, develop coping strategies, and prevent burnout. Education and training. Resources to help caregivers feel more confident in their role. Training programs on medical care, stress management, and communication skills can empower caregivers to provide better support while maintaining their well-being. Simple acts of kindness. Checking in, offering help with errands, or just being a listening ear. Small gestures from friends, family, and the community can make a significant difference in a caregiver's day. Caregivers need to know it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to prioritize their well-being. Supporting caregivers, strengthening the entire caregiving ecosystem. For those of us receiving care, it can be challenging to navigate feelings of dependence or vulnerability. Here's some advice. Practice gratitude. A simple thank you can mean the world. Expressing appreciation reminds caregivers that their efforts are seen and valued. Communicate needs clearly. Be honest about what helps you and what doesn't. Clear communication reduces frustration and ensures your needs are met effectively. Respect boundaries. Caregivers need breaks too. Recognize when they need rest and encourage them to take time for themselves without feeling guilty. Stay involved. Participate in decisions about your care whenever possible. This fosters a sense of control and reduces the emotional burden of your caregiver. Offer emotional support. Remember, caregiving is emotionally taxing. Check in with your caregiver too. A simple, "How are you feeling?" can open a door to meaningful conversations. Receiving care with grace, gratitude, and understanding fosters a healthy relationship for both partners. It's a partnership where mutual respect and compassion make all the difference. Before we leave, I would like to close with a special portion of the show I call Healing Heartbeats. This is where we allow ourselves to wallow in sorrow. Give yourself 3 minutes to laugh, cry, scream, cuss, or just sit in silence. Whatever you need to do to feel it, do it. Let the depression in for only 3 minutes. Once you've reached 3 minutes, compartmentalize it and get back to living. This is a rinse and repeat behavior. You cannot let depression take over, because when it does, it will not let go. When we hear about the passing of someone, they have the day they were born and the day they passed away. There is a dash in the middle. It's not a long line, but a short dash. That dash represents your life. Go live in spite of having a chronic illness. Don't let your condition stop you. Caregivers are the unsung heroes in many of our stories. They show up even when it's hard, even when they're exhausted, and even when no one else does. If you're a caregiver listening to this, please know that your role matters. You matter. We thank you for your service. If you're someone receiving care, take a moment today to express gratitude and support to the person who stands beside you. To our listeners, I hope you are enjoying this series as we continue to explore the many facets of living with an autoimmune disease and chronic condition. Each episode is designed to bring awareness, support, and empowerment to those navigating this journey, whether as a patient, caregiver, or advocate. As we continue this conversation, our next episode in this series will focus on the financial burden of chronic illness, a topic that affects so many but is often overlooked. We appreciate you being part of this community, and we look forward to sharing more insights, stories, and resources with you. Thank you for joining me on Empowerment in Illness. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Strength grows where support thrives. Until next time, be kind to yourself. And remember, you have the strength, the heart, and the support to continue your journey. Be safe.